Protective but stubborn, narrow-minded, impatient, and didn't mention stubborn. When I think of my childhood, the majority of my memories were with Mom. She was Beth and I's sole caregiver growing up. She read us bedtime stories, changed my sheets at night when I would sit up straight in my sleep and upchuck, which happened a lot because I was sick a lot as a kid, and she changed many sheets. She let us put a bajillion barrettes in her hair because I love to do dress up, and I'm just decorate her hair with barrettes. I had many chores growing up, but my least favorite was rubbing lotion on Mom's hardworking, scaly feet. That was pretty gross. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I also remember how she would stop the timer so we'd be doing it longer.
I don't remember the timer. I remember when you get paid for it. Mom was present at our school musicals, attended school meetings. She played board games with us and watched movies. When I think about my teenage years, life got more challenging. Mom was strong-willed like I am. Sometimes communication between us was difficult. At the age of 18, I was out on my own, and during this time, it was the relationship with God that healed the relationship. Mom had stopped going to church for a number of years while Bethany and I were growing up, but I don't know if anybody of you know this, how she ended up coming. Her and Dad ended up coming here. In 2000, she started going to Urbana Assembly of God with me for a while, which helped repair a relationship. And then this was God's plan all along, because eventually Dad had an interest in also returning to church, and Mom felt led to go with him, and so they ended up coming to church here. And soon after that, they both got baptized, and Dad had also given his life, rededicated his life to God. Then Tyra came into our lives, and Mom loved her granddaughter, but she really loved her grandpuppies too. Tyra ended up being the glue for our family. No family is perfect, and every family has their arguments. But at the end of the day, I was always there for them, and especially Mom when she needed me. The last conversation with Mom will always stick with me. She had a hard time the last 8 months not being lucid, and dementia really getting the best of her and whatever else was going on. But I had called her, and just to hear her voice, a lot of the times she didn't know where she was or who she was talking to. And the last conversation was her second to last hospitalization, and she was clear as day, clear as she'd been in months, and she just said that she wanted out of the nursing home. She was afraid. She wanted to live to see her children, and that's what she told me. And that conversation will always stick with me. It was, she didn't understand the whole medical side and the struggle with Medicaid and me being out of state. But I really wanted her in a better place. She deserved to be in a better place. I did not realize that the end of June would be the last time I talked to Mom. And I'm glad I got to make it back in time from Washington to see her. I stayed there for a day and a half that I had with her, and she wasn't able to communicate. She wasn't able to show much facial expression, but she loved Bear, and I showed her a picture of my dog, and her eyes were fine. She could still see, and she just gave me this smirk, and she looked at the picture, and she loved her grandpuppies just as much as Tyra. I stayed with her for the 8 to 9 hours, and it was heartbreaking watching that. But I'm glad I got to be with her. I know she knew I was there. And before I left, I told her that I loved her and to go be with Dad. And they had called me like 15 minutes later and said that she passed. All that's left now is memories. There's a hole in my heart where Mom used to be. And a song that I listened to a lot last year was one of the Medicants for the video, and I'm sorry I didn't get to see that with you. It is a song resonated with me. You are a way maker, miracle worker, promise keeper. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. I wanted to say that I appreciate so much that you guys who did come. It means a lot to me. I know some of you had some loss in your family as well, and I really appreciate that you're here. It's not easy to say goodbye, but I really appreciate your friendship with our family. It means a lot.